This is a Kirkendall Barrett presentation, darling.
You can touch it if you want.
Ladies, if you want to meet a man, check your storage closet.
Come on, Kendall. Take off your shirt and go camera shopping at Best Buy.
Good shirtless, not bad shirtless.
Yeah.
Well, it was gratuitous.
Yeah, it was.
I like a good grizzled man sometimes.
A lifetime of Hallmark.
Well, hello, everybody. It is your favorite day of the week. It is time for another episode of A Lifetime of Hallmark, where we talk about your favorite movies on Lifetime, the Hallmark Channel, and other places too, and try to make sense of them. I am Les Kirkendall Barrett. Hello, Jason Bowers.
Hello, Les Kirkendall Barrett.
And hello, Kurt Fitzpatrick.
Hello, Les Kirkendall Barrett, and hello, Jason Bowers.
I'm trying to record this podcast, and my husband came home in the middle of me doing the entryway, and he's asking me about the Impossible Chicken Nuggets. And it's like, you see, I'm recording a podcast, but anyway, hello.
Hello. Well, what was his question? Maybe we can answer it.
Could he eat the Impossible Chicken Nuggets? And the answer was definitely yes, because that's why I made dinner.
Mm-hmm.
This is how good of a housewife I am. I knew I was going to be recording this podcast, so I made dinner and had dinner laid out on the stove so that when he would come home, it was there.
Okay.
But
That's nice.
I guess he didn't believe it, because then he's like, are these for me? And it's like, well, yeah.
That was considerate of him to ask, though.
True.
Like, what if you left part of your meal there and then he just chowed down on it? You'd be mad.
Oh, well, that happens all the time.
See?
I was listening to our podcast last week where you were talking about I was talking about how a girlfriend and I wear the same shirts, and that set you off about John.
Yes. Yes.
And you're doing his voice. You're like, don't you want to wear the same shirt?
Right.
Everybody go back and listen to that episode. It's funny.
Go back and listen.
So do you guys want to know what the number one song is right now on the Billboard charts? I was just listening to it.
Yes. What is it?
Sure.
About once every 7 years, I check out what's on the Billboard charts just to keep topical.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think it is? It is somebody who I heard of.
I don't. It's funny, since I've stopped working radio, I don't keep up with music anymore, and I used to know everything. So I don't know. Maybe Ice Spice.
Taylor Swift.
No, she's in the top. She does have a top 10 hit.
Bad Bunny.
Where is it? Taylor Swift is number 4 with "Cruel Summer."
Mm-hmm.
Bad Bunny.
No, Bad Bunny. That's what I was looking for, because Bad Bunny is on the cover of Vanity Fair. Bad Bunny is the SNL musical guest, and Bad Bunny doesn't even have a hit on the Billboard.
Well, he had a very big album this year. I just think it's towards the end of its radio life.
All right. And then I was trying to find Bad Bunny songs, and they're all in Spanish, I believe.
Mostly, yeah.
The ones I found.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so the number one song, it's what is it right now? It's October 5th. It is "Paint the Town Red" by Doja Cat.
Oh, Doja Cat.
Oh, Doja Cat.
Yeah.
I like Doja Cat.
Weird. The video is weird.
Who, Doja Cat?
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, the video for "Paint the Town Red" is a weird video.
Well, Doja Cat's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I like
like
her.
I don't know these musicians. I need to get up on it. Number 2 is "Snooze" by SZA.
SZA. Oh yeah, SZA's great.
Yeah, SZA.
SZA was a musical guest on SNL, I think, last season.
I like.
Has been around for a few
I
years
was
now.
listening to that.
She's great.
All right. "Fast Car," Luke Combs, number 3. I've heard that on the radio.
I don't like that one.
Okay.
The original is better.
I said Taylor Swift's 4. Number 5 is "I Remember Everything" with Zach Bryan featuring Casey Musgraves.
Yep.
Casey Musgraves, yeah.
Huge
Sound
country
right
star.
out of it.
Yep.
She's country star. 6 is Last Night with Morgan Wallen. I do listen to contemporary radio, so I may have heard some of this.
Morgan Wallen's another country artist.
I don't know how much more.
Yeah, that top 40 now is a weird, or the charts at least are a weird mix of mostly hip hop and country songs. There's very little like down the middle pop anymore. That's another reason why Taylor Swift does so well.
That's why I don't understand this, because back in the day, the top 10 songs were the songs being played on the pop charts over and over again.
And every now and then, pop and country like combine, like Lil Nas X.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that one. Last Night, Morgan Wallen, Vampire, Olivia Rodrigo is number 7.
Oh God, I hate that song.
Huku Mean by Gunna. Well, I don't ever heard of Gunna. It's number 8. You ever heard of Gunna?
I've heard of Gunna. I'm not familiar with Gunna's work, though.
Number 9 is Calm Down by Rima and Selena Gomez.
I like Selena Gomez.
And number 10, coming in at number 10 is Dance the Night by Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa.
Dance the night.
Oh, and who said Ice Spice? Ice Spice is number 11. It's Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice with Aqua.
Yeah.
Barbie World.
And the Dua Lipa song is from Barbie.
Yeah. So there's Barbie songs back to back on the chart then.
Kurt, did you see Barbie?
No.
You need to.
I think this week, this month, it's going to be free on Max.
Yeah.
Right?
Kurt, you need to see it on the big screen.
No, I don't.
There is something about that movie that it's not necessarily the big screen as much as the communal experience of seeing it with others.
Well,
Kurt, you need to wear pink when you're watching that movie.
No, you don't.
I don't own any pink.
Go out and buy some.
I'm sure it was a fun experience. I am going to see it on Max. I will watch it. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, you better watch it. It's educational, Barbie.
It is actually, but it's genuinely entertaining, genuinely funny.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the hell we just watched.
I apologize, by the way. I chose this week's offering. So a little background before we get to the front part of the show again, that we watched something called Halloween is Grinch Night. And apparently about 10 years after the original Grinch TV special, they made a prequel. But unlike the original, there isn't a book attached to the prequel. But Dr. Seuss was involved in the writing of this. But this was boring as hell.
Someone took like some ayahuasca or like a hit of something and made this cartoon.
I wasn't stoned when I watched it, and about 3/4 of the way in, I'm like, why didn't I get stoned to watch this? Because there's no plot. It's just visuals.
Nothing. There's no plot. Like nothing. This
should be included in some of Dr. Seuss's removed works.
This won a fucking Emmy.
Wait, that won an Emmy?
Yeah, but it was 1978. They didn't have a whole lot being made back then, but still.
Yeah, it was either this or Love Boat.
I don't think they were in the same category as Love Boat, but it did win an Emmy.
I don't know.
That won an Emmy? Well, in the 70s, there was a lot of cocaine prevalent during that time.
Yeah, and those people were voting.
I know we were joking about the ayahuasca because it's so visually weird, but I genuinely do think cocaine was behind the structure of how this is made, because
totally.
It felt like they threw all the ideas at the wall, yet didn't have any ideas.
Totally, they did a bunch of rails, and were like, "Let's get to work."
Did it ever cross their mind? Maybe towards the end, it was almost over, that they made a Halloween special that had nothing to do with Halloween.
They don't say the word Halloween once in this special.
Nary a pumpkin in that cartoon.
No
I was
pumpkin.
scared.
It was Well,
If you're scared of non sequiturs, then this is a very scary Halloween experience.
speaking of non sequiturs,
They were coked up.
speaking of non sequiturs, Les, I think you have a question for Kurt.
Yes, Kurt. Do you have any Blac Chyna news?
Doing a piece of China.
China.
I'm talking China.
Blac Chyna report. Here's Kurt Fitzpatrick.
This is from complex.com. This is from just a couple of days ago.
I love the names of these publications.
Oh, you've never heard? Complex has been around for a while.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
No, I haven't either. But it's hard to keep up with. Today's world's hard to keep up with, but we're trying as best as we can. Blac Chyna is reportedly struggling to make ends meet amid her custody battle with Tyga. According to legal documents obtained by TMZ, Chyna, 35, alleges she's been selling off personal items, including clothes, purses, and shoes, through an online consignment store, as well as to her friends and family, just to get by. Chyna also reportedly claimed that selling off her items has brought in over $178,000 this year.
Oh,
Okay.
Page 6 claims the legal docs include Chyna referencing her plummeting business sales and writing, "It is only a temporary solution as I will eventually run out of items that I can sell." Chyna, who lately goes by her legal name Angela White, is currently in a legal battle with Tyga, 33, over the custody of their 10-year-old son, King, and the associated legal fees are allegedly piling up. She claims that Tyga has been interfering with her limited visitation time with King and withholding important information about the child's well-being, including the location of his school and medical details. Let's see. On the other hand, sources close to the situation also told TMZ they dispute Chyna's allegations, stating that Tyga has been financially supporting King's education, medical expenses, and daily living costs. They also mentioned there is a line of communication between King and Chyna. Angela is so it goes into all this stuff. The former stripper who has reported to have earned $240 million in 2021 through her OnlyFans account, completely stepped away from the platform in March. She also received an honorary doctorate degree in humanities from Sacramento Theological Seminary and Bible College this year. I don't do OnlyFans anymore. I don't do it anymore at all, she told Jason Lee during an appearance on his Revolt show. I'm just changing everything about me. It's a dead end. All that stuff is a dead end. And I know I'm worth way more than that. You and me, Blac Chyna. One last thing. Last month, Blac Chyna filed a petition for child support and joint custody. I pay $40,000 a year for my son's school, and he lived with me Monday through Saturday. Why would I pay child support? LOL, wrote Tyga on Instagram at the time. I remember that from before.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the Blac Chyna news for today.
We need to stop that reporting that clearly wrong fact that Blac Chyna made $240 million in 1 year on OnlyFans. That is not true.
You know what I think we should do?
Simply not true.
I think we should have Angela Blac Chyna White come on the show and set the record straight.
Make that happen then.
I would love that. Anybody out there, if you know Dr. Angela Blac Chyna White, tell her that we will gladly have her on. She could set the record straight.
What was the show that she was on that you told us about, Les?
She was on what was that?
I
platform?
saw that. I saw an ad for that. Let me just see. I know what you're talking about. Continue. I'll look
blanking on the name of the platform.
I thought you said it was on Fox. Was it a game show on Fox?
There's a show on Fox that she is on where it's like celebrities get together and they do like military.
Oh yeah, that show. Oh, she's on that show?
Yeah. It's called.
Sorry,
try to find the name of this.
And then when you think about it,
Special Forces.
Okay, and then when you think about it, she's made a life change. The thing is, selling off her clothes. If she's making that sort of a life change, she probably wants to get rid of those clothes anyway.
Well, yeah. It makes total sense that she would be able to make decent money selling high-end stuff.
Right.
Just like an eBay store, I guess.
And and if she's not doing OnlyFans anymore, that of course that's like definitely a drastic hit in her income. Even if the amount that the publications are saying is off base, even if that's the case, she probably still made decent money.
Yeah, I'm sure she was making a healthy amount of money on there, but she was not making, $20 million a month or whatever it was they were claiming.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
If she was making that much, she wouldn't have to sell off her items.
I don't believe she was even making $2 million a month.
Even if she was making like 50,000 a month, that still wouldn't be bad.
That's believable.
That's still like pretty, for a year, that's still really good. Well,
yeah.
Well, I hope that things work out for her. I want to see Blac Chyna succeed.
Same.
Yes.
I want to see her succeed and do well in life.
But I also wanted to watch a good Dr. Seuss special, and that did not happen.
Yes. This was just, and the thing is, the one thing I give this show credit for, how sometimes it starts out good and it sneak attacks you? This didn't even start out good.
No. It's so dull. I know this was set in autumn, and it's supposed to be like, things are sort of dreary at that time of year. But didn't you notice the color palette seemed really bland and flat?
Yes.
And
it was all like brown, right?
The Grinch looked like in the original, it's a very bright green, and in this, it's like that, but put through a sepia tone lens.
So was this supposed to be right before that, like 2 months before that Christmas?
I guess it was. Yeah. I think it was, right?
Yeah, it was definitely set before Christmas. I just don't know how far before.
Well, they say it's Halloween. I don't know if these people, the who.
No, they don't say it's Halloween. They never mention Halloween.
No.
It's only in the title.
Celebrate Halloween or the creatures or the weird things that look like a Loch Ness monster. I don't think they celebrate Halloween. I think it's just that it's during while this is going on would be like our Halloween season.
Or as Jason would call it, a cash grab.
I guess the thing that differentiates this from the original special, beyond the fact that there was no book that this is based on, is that one took the book and there was dialogue and there was a story that happened, and then there were a couple of songs to punctuate things. This was song after song after song that didn't move the story along at all because there was no story to move.
And now, isn't this what you two hate about musical, like people just breaking into song for no reason?
It wasn't even the characters breaking into song, though. It was somebody else just singing. There are 9 songs in this. There's only 3 in the original.
And it's only 25 minutes long.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, when you first said it, isn't that what you two hate? I thought you meant like Bono and the Edge hate things like this.
Bono and the Edge fucking hate the Grinch.
They hate this. But no, I thought of that too, because there's one point where the Grinch started performing a song like it's 1914. It was like some soft shoe song and dance thing, like he's in, the last days of vaudeville. I guess the vaudeville would still be going. Anyway, but I thought, no, that doesn't. That's not what I hate. I hate when, the perfect example, of course, is that First Wives Club. Mm-hmm. When they start performing. How
dare you?
When the characters when the song and them breaking into it has nothing to do with the movie. It's just so the audience can see their favorite stars being their favorite stars.
Exactly.
By the way, you two, I'm obsessed. I have been obsessed since I read the announcement in People magazine about the Christmas movie coming out with all of the divas from the 80s, like Donna Mills, Lonnie Anderson, Linda Gray. They're all having a movie together, and I have been obsessing about it all week.
Do we know when that comes out?
It doesn't come out until December.
Okay. Hopefully the SAG after strike is over by then so that we can actually watch this for the show.
I'm not promoting it. But let's just say I love my 80s gals.
Yeah.
But I'm not promoting it.
I don't know anything about those. I only am into contemporary people like Doja Cat and SZA.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa.
That's what I'm into, the contemporary things.
But anyway,
Romeo Boyd.
Did we ever find out why the Grinch was so angry in this movie?
No.
Probably because he's in this awful thing.
They don't
and why is the
explain,
Grinch?
like, at least in the Christmas one, it's like he doesn't like Christmas. So he's going there to, like, you know, he has a heart that's 3 sizes too small. And
Right.
if this is a prequel, we, the audience, don't know that, but we know it because we've seen the original. But they never make reference to that and why that makes him who he is.
Okay, so here's another question. So spoiler alert, because I don't think people are going to care. Spoiler alert, at the end, Max the dog, after he sings his little sad ballad, because he sings a ballad that's very sad, he goes to live with Uriah, the little boy.
Yeah.
So apparently, if Max was back in the Grinch's house for Christmas, things didn't work out with Uriah.
Or Max is a spy.
Okay.
I mean, like, maybe Max was doing recon. Like, hey, Grinch, I'll go shack up with this town, find out where all the good gifts are, and then we'll reconvene.
I think he had Stockholm Syndrome because in this. Okay, so in the Christmas one, did the Grinch actually beat Max with a whip?
You make it sound more violent than I think it was intended to be, but yes.
Because, well, look at the abuse, though. Poor little dog is pulling the big fat Grinch on his cart. At least in the Grinch That Stole Christmas, there was snow.
Yeah.
So it made it easier.
It looked less abusive to poor Max, because it looks like he's just pulling the sleigh along the dirt.
Yeah, the dirt.
SPCA, did the SPCA exist?
In 77, probably, yeah.
Did they like this portrayal
of a cartoon dog being bullied by a cartoon we don't even know what the Grinch is?
It's still cruel.
It is.
He'd be canceled.
I know it wasn't a real dog.
He'd be canceled today.
What was cruel is that somebody made this and we felt we had to watch it. That was cruel.
Okay, so here's another question for you. What was the little puffy monster?
I don't know.
The pink puffy monster.
That pink thing?
That was drugs.
Yeah.
Those puffy things all represented drugs.
Because the pink monster that was like just running.
Yeah, I don't know. And also the Grinch was moving really slow down this mountain. Now, this was a long
because there was no snow. It was just dirt.
I mean, get out and walk might be faster. I don't know.
So they kept referring to the something wind, the sour wind. What?
Yes, because remember,
what did that mean?
People were like, "I smell fart." Like they smelled something. It was like, "I smell fart in the wind" or something.
They didn't say fart.
Oh, I know. I said that.
Yeah,
but they kept saying.
They kept referring to the sour wind. Like, basically, this whole thing is all of the Who's are afraid to go outside because of the change in weather and the sour wind. So I don't know if this is supposed to be some sort of political metaphor at the time, or if it was just really, really bad writing.
And then I liked how everybody's name was Aya. So it was something,
Mariah.
and then Uriah, and someone else, Aya. You know who could have saved this? Mariah.
Well, the girl in this was named, or wasn't there a Moriah?
A Moriah.
Yeah, Moriah.
But we needed
Uriah. Uriah was the kid. Now I was saying this may have been a precursor to The Happening, that movie with Mark Wahlberg, where they were running away from the air. That wasn't much better than this.
Yeah. It's
listeners.
never explained what it is they think they're afraid of and why they're afraid of it. It never links it directly to the Grinch, so you don't even know, is there something else besides the Grinch that's also scary?
Like, he just decided to fuck with them for no reason.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go fuck with those people.
There's no resolution of this thing at all.
No, he just leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not sure they had a problem to start with.
But
They're afraid
literally,
it's a little windy out.
Literally, he left the hill. He's like, I'm gonna go down and fuck with them, and then went down the hill, and then on the way fucked with a bunch of like the. That was going across the street.
Hold on, Les, you cut out at he went down the hill and fucked with.
I think Jason's frozen.
Hello, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Can
you?
There he is.
So you cut off at he went down the hill and fucked with.
Oh, a caterpillar, the little caterpillar. Then he killed flowers. He killed a flower, right, Kurt?
Yeah.
He ate fruit.
What should we do with this? Should we go through it beat by beat, or we kind of hit a lot of stuff already?
I mean, I'm more interested in this one and the how did this come together? Like clearly cash grab, but they got Thurl Razencroft to sing some vocals, but
Hans Cornery did the voiceover.
Yeah, but that was in the original was Boris Karloff, who was already dead by the time this came out.
Right. Okay, so Hans Cornery was like a poor man's Boris Karloff.
Okay.
But Boris has that big, like he's got a pretty big sounding voice, and Hans sounded like the type of cartoon actor that would like play the dad or like the sensible one.
Well,
it wasn't as menacing sounding.
He always did the voiceovers in like Bullwinkle and like those shows, and like Fractured Fairy Tales. He was always the voiceover in that.
Yeah.
You know who they should have gotten? Who was the guy that would always go, yes?
I think
you know who I'm talking about.
There was Eric Estrada.
He'd go, yes, Mrs. Ricardo. Okay. Chips. Yeah, I know you're talking about. We've talked about this before, but there's never enough said on this gentleman. He would be shoehorned into. Speaking of shoehorned, the word of the day. He'd be shoehorned into like sitcoms and stuff, just so they he'd be like the restaurant manager.
Oh yeah.
Manager, he'd walk in and go, yes. That was his whole thing.
Because remember, he's always on the Flintstones, and then I think the funniest one I saw a clip, and he was on like Sanford and Son. He's talking to Red Fox. He's like, yes.
I'll tell you, that's your thing. Yes.
But unless you could bring that back.
I would.
It's been long enough, people probably forget about it. You could just make it your thing.
Miss Ricardo.
Oh, we remember. There's a guy who'd say, you can call me Jay, and you can call me Ray.
Oh, I remember him.
Everybody had a gimmick.
Right.
Wasn't that for a commercial or something?
Yeah, there's some commercial where he did that, yeah.
Like, it was a car commercial, right?
Maybe.
And then this was pre-Ernest.
Yes. Another gimmick.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know what to say about this piece of shit cartoon.
It was just all over the place. But again, really nothing happened. Like, really wild, almost inventive animation, really. Like, it was pretty trippy and visually fun to watch if you realize that you don't need to pay attention to the sound. But the songs were terrible. There were too many of them. They didn't do anything to move the story along.
Nothing.
I don't know what. I just don't know what to do with it.
But I'm wondering, I want to know, how did Max end up back with the Grinch? That's my question.
Oh, they had to, I don't know.
It's like a hostage trade situation.
Stockholm Syndrome?
It's like maybe, like, there's another prequel where we find out that Dr. Seuss, had some operation going, and he had literally kidnapped some of the Who's, and so it's just a hostage swap.
Right? Maybe the Cat in the Hat got involved.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the cartoon The Cat in the Hat?
I believe I have. Yeah.
I don't think I have.
And the fish was bitter in the fishbowl.
Yep.
6 Dr. Seuss books stopped being published for their racist images.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And anti-Semitic.
And what was going on there that was racist? Let me say.
I know in one of the books there's it's not racist in the I hate these people that are unlike me and I want to shoot them. Racist more in the cultural insensitivity and putting stupid things in the books that by today people be like, I can't believe you put that picture of a person with slanty eyes in there.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
They were, the famous ones were, let's see. And to think I saw that on Mulberry Street and If I Ran a Zoo. There was another book called, who ever heard of this one? McElligott's Pool. We'll all miss that book.
I mean, if we view this special through the lens of Dr. Seuss was really racist, it takes on a whole different meaning, them being afraid of going outside and that thing that's out there and this creature that looks very unlike them and them all being afraid of it. And he kind of terrorizing them because he's afraid of them too.
Oh my God.
It becomes really fucking dark.
That's horrible.
Right.
Yeah.
And he hated them just because of who they were.
Yep. And vice versa.
Yeah.
On Beyond Zebra, that's another book that's banned. Scrambled Egg Super and The Cat's Quizzer. That's the ones you can't find anymore.
Oh, so it wasn't any of the main ones, like Cat in the Hat.
Well, I think the Mulberry Street was a little more.
That was a big one.
Popular.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
I mean,
that
that alone
diverse,
sounds like race.
Right.
That sounds diverse, though. You are mentioning different.
Green eggs and ham.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sam I am.
Yeah, either he was
the ones we've heard of.
He was actually very, very woke and welcoming to lots of different people and cultures, or he was very adamantly against it and super racist in his writing. Hard to tell.
Right.
It's the Mulberry Street book has an Asian person portrayed wearing a conical hat, holding chopsticks and eating from a bowl.
Yeah, that's not good.
Not good, but
okay.
Is it really that offensive? And I say this as somebody that's half Japanese. Is it really
Yeah.
Is it the best use of putting, people of color in a book? Probably not.
It's not bad. I'm sure you will find that kind of thing out there. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, there's worse.
If I Ran a Zoo includes a drawing of 2 barefooted African men wearing what appears to be grass skirts with their hair tied above their heads.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Now what? Okay.
I guess what my thinking is okay, they've got that image in there, but it would be worse if then the Asian woman speaks in the book and it's that bad broken English that everyone assumes that every Asian person speaks. That would be offensive.
Yeah, the way they're describing it doesn't sound that bad. I don't know. Am I wrong, Les, or what? This is not, I guess this isn't a portrayal. Or...
I kind of err on the side, kind of like Jason, it's not the worst, but it's not great either.
I don't personally feel like it's a level of cancel him. This many years later.
Don't cancel him. I think that they could have just edited those pictures out.
Yeah. I don't know. I like that there is I personally don't think they should edit stuff like that out because I think it's good that stuff exists so people can kind of see what the mindset was.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Years.
And it's kind of, one of these, because it's not like he's hurling the N-word around either. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like...
Yeah,
but if he did, it would rhyme. It would rhyme.
Right? So it wasn't like, and
let's hear how it would rhyme.
because, and I gotta be honest, like sometimes as a person of color, sometimes, and I appreciate people wanting to be more sensitive and be more aware, but sometimes people do get upset, and I'm like, it's not great, but it wasn't like I'm not offended. Like, there's certain things like I'm not like offended.
Yeah.
Either.
It's okay to recognize we were once in a place as a nation, as humans, whatever you want to call it, where we weren't as tuned into other people's feelings as we are now. And that doesn't mean we're great now. It just means we are better than we were then.
Right. So, so I agree. I think when it comes to, like, look at, like, for example, there are all these books that are being banned now. A lot of the classics are being banned. I think it's a slippery slope that once you start banning stuff, it kind of, there are books like To Kill a Mockingbird is being banned in some places, which it's like, come on, that's not, that book to me shows why racism is bad. So I don't think it should be banned.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's sometimes that there's stuff that's getting banned now where in a way, it portrays racism and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's more of like a lesson of, okay, this is why it's not good that this happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a historical record in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I don't think they should erase stuff. A lot of those banned books are like in the libraries, they have them on display. Here are all the banned books.
Yeah.
I don't know how they teach Huckleberry Finn. They must not.
Do they still teach it?
They can't. I can't imagine how they could do that.
I mean, I know, because the N word is just hurled all over that book.
The N word's like 150 times.
Right. But I wonder if that's on the banned list, though.
I don't know. It might be. I did see that pile of books. I think like 1984 was on it. Lady Chatterley's Lover. Yeah.
Wait, why would Lady Chatterley's Lover be on that list?
That's one of the few that I haven't read.
They talk about sex, but they don't talk like it. But it's like 18th century sex, so it's not like he like threw her on the table and did things.
But that's the thing with these books is they're not banning them because they're actually worried about the content. They're banning them to make some sort of statement of, we're not putting up with this woke shit. This stuff shouldn't be in front of our children.
Yeah, what? Oh, the school, or okay.
Whoever's banning books, it's not because they actually are concerned about the content. It's because they want to scream about the content so people think that they're on the same side.
Oh,
right. Like there's that book Mouse that they want to ban.
I've read that.
That's about the Holocaust. Why would you want to ban a book like that? It's teaching
Yeah, that's a graphic novel. It's very good.
I bought that book because there was when they were trying to ban it, go and buy it and bring up the sales on Amazon.
Oh, I remember that.
So I went and bought it then.
Yeah, I had read it for that. I'm just trying to look up. There's a list of the most challenge books, but
what else is banned?
Well, this is books. These are like current books that came out that that there are.
So what are they challenging?
Well, I was looking for more like books like classics, but this is the top 10 most challenged books of 2021. Not too recent. The first one is, I'll just say the first one is called Genderqueer by Maya Baby. Reasons it was banned, it was challenged, restricted for LGBTQIA plus content, and because it was considered to have sexually explicit images.
Okay, what's another one that's banned?
This is from 2021, so I was trying to find something a little more current. But this too is a book called Lawn Boy, Jonathan Ivizin, and challenge for LGBTQIA plus. What is the I? Does anybody know?
Intersex.
Okay. A plus content because it was considered to be sexually explicit again. Oh, these are all gay. People have problems with these books that have.
They don't want
They
don't want people understanding the feelings that they're having. They don't want people understanding that racism exists in large part because of terrible things this country did in its past and doesn't want to admit to now in the present.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah, that's an interesting little. There's other ones on here. A couple others are also for the LGBTQ. Okay.
Do you have any of the classics that are banned?
I will look that. Let me look that up.
Well, so I have a question while he's looking for that. In this Grinch thing, they kept referring to something as the euphemism.
Yes.
What was the euphemism a euphemism for?
I don't know.
Because wasn't the euphemism supposed to be like the weather?
Again, it was almost like they were. If we're viewing this through the lens of Dr. Seuss was racist, which it's fair to view through that lens, isn't that some sort of metaphor? Like the euphemism means the N-word or means something like I don't know.
Well, I think you are correct. I think now I think about it. I think you are very correct, Jason. There's something going on here. There's some message. I don't know what it is. Maybe, like you said, it could be like about the wind. It could be about nuclear war or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or the environment, and it could be who knows? It's something. I don't know if it's on the level. You know what I mean?
It's like a metaphor for like this thing that we're afraid of, that maybe the thing is afraid of us too.
Right.
Yeah, like it's a racism lesson, but not a good one. Something's wrong.
But a well-animated one.
Yeah.
It's cute. So here's some of the books. These are the challenge books. The ALA office, what's that? For Intellectual Freedom records attempts to remove books from libraries, schools, universities. So we have The Great Gatsby.
Why are they removing that?
Challenged at Baptist College at Charleston, South Carolina. Ooh, this was a long time ago, 1987, but it happened because of language and sexual references in the book.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. The Catcher in the Rye.
Why?
Oh,
I read that.
That's always on banned book lists. That one's always on the list.
This is the general list of books that have these issues. Oh, for years and years and years and stuff. The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. I've not read that one.
Why that? Because I read that one.
Problems. Oh, here's one of them. See, there's different years here, but 1981. High school English students had a challenge due to the book's language and portrayal of a former minister who recounts how he took advantage of a young woman. We don't like that.
The thing is, banning content now in 2023 with the technology that we have, it made sense before people had access to literally everything in their pocket. Now, if your library may ban a book, but you could still get that book elsewhere in an instant.
This is good. So To Kill a Mockingbird was challenged in 1977 because he used the words damn and whore lady.
Whore lady?
Whenever I say whore
I know
lady,
a couple of
hell
those.
rings. Challenge in the Verona Cheryl, New York School District in 1980 as a filthy, trashy novel.
Who was?
The Verona. No, the Vernon Verona Cheryl New York school district back in 1980. Apparently, he used the N word in To Kill a Mockingbird. That didn't go over well in some places. And they still didn't like that very recently. The Color Purple by Alice Walker.
Oh, I'm sure they had all sorts of problems with that.
Yeah.
It was on and on.
Well, we could sit here and Google banned books all day long, but I don't think it's much like this movie. There's going to be no resolution.
The Color Purple musical is coming out in December.
The person who challenged Ulysses by James Joyce, I think they were just bragging that they read it.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the.
Maybe they were trying to get it banned because it was too damn long.
Right.
Ban that infinite jest. Woo.
Any Jackie Collins on that list?
Get through that thing.
I love Jackie Collins.
Is that really a classic? Let's see.
Jackie Collins is a classic. Hollywood Wives is a classic.
This is Faulkner and Toni Morrison's on here for the Song of Solomon.
Oh, I read that. That was a good book, The Song of Solomon. Why is that on there?
Oh, it's all a bunch of reasons. Book contains language degrading to blacks and is sexually explicit.
But even though the book was written by a black person,
filth, trash, repulsive, filthy. Someone said it's filthy and inappropriate. Yeah, I know. You have to.
That's the thing. It's like Tony Moore. It was a book written by a black person.
Yeah. A literary episode.
I know, right?
We've been talking about
we have to do something.
Banned books for like 10 minutes.
All right, I'm not going to say anything else about it. This conversation is bad. Anyway,
well, did we make sense of what happened in this? This show?
No. Oh, this is this. I actually wrote this in my notes. Is this a metaphor for being molested and the kid likes it?
Oh my God.
This thing, like, seriously, if you're trying to figure out what this movie is about, your mind is going to go into some weird fucking places.
Oh no, it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah. We better do something more coherent for next week. This is too much.
Yeah, my takeaway is don't lose your glasses. Because remember, you're right, he was losing his glasses.
Yeah, well, he had an astigmatism. Big word for a kids show.
Yes, don't go out in the wind, the smelly wind.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're back to the dog, get away from your abusive relationship.
Or go spy on the town.
Yeah. And there was and Cindy Lou Who was nowhere to be found.
No.
I don't blame her.
Because didn't you think Cindy Lou Who was going to be there?
Yes. I don't like this family didn't look like anything I remembered from the original Grinch.
No, they did not. They were like from the poor neighborhood next door.
They
weren't drawn well.
They looked a little like the early episodes of The Simpsons. How like their hair was scragglier and stuff. Looked a little bit like that.
Well, no, because it was the poor neighborhood. Because you could tell, like, the dad had a scraggly beard.
He looked Amish a little bit.
The mom's hair was like all messed up.
So now this is totally a program that's about class, about the class system.
Maybe that was the hidden meaning behind this cartoon.
Yeah,
class and cocaine.
Oh, title of episode.
Class and cocaine. Maybe it was. And smelly wind. Yeah, that's all I got.
Something got lost in the translation.
Wow.
Yeah.
If anyone has seen this, it has seen, what is this called again?
It's called Halloween is Grinch Night.
Yeah, despite never mentioning Halloween. If anyone has seen Halloween is Grinch Night, I would love to know your thoughts on what this thing is about. Find us on Threads, Lifetime of Hallmark Podcast.
Weigh in. About it. Just remember, like, when you watch it, it's 25 minutes long. Not a pumpkin to be found.
No.
Or a mask or candy.
Or a little
What
handheld
genre?
pocket mirror.
No,
what's weird is sometimes you have some kind of conversation like this and you don't think that anybody else is thinking about it, but they are. So like right now, some other people somewhere are talking about this show and trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
They might not be recording it.
Well, weigh in.
Yeah.
Weigh in. Let us know, because I got nothing.
We understand you, wherever you are.
Yes.
We just don't understand this.
Anybody got anything else?
That's all I
I
got.
think that's it.
Well, if you want to get a hold of me and weigh in, you can find me on my website, let'sgobear.com. Jason.
You can find all of us on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Lifetime of Hallmark Podcast. And please, wherever you listen to your podcast, go and give us 5 stars. It lets other people find the podcast themselves. Much like our listener, Samantha, who reached out to me this weekend and talked about how she loves the podcast. And she wants to come on sometime. So I would love to have her on.
Hi, Samantha.
Yeah.
Speaking of the podcast, guess who I saw today? I saw friend of the podcast, Meredith Thomas.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Hopefully we can talk to her soon. And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Big Shot Jason. Kurt.
Well, my Philly Fringe shows are over. So what am I doing? Nothing. No, I guess you could still listen to my other the movie podcast episodes I did, like the shelf shedding movie podcast with our friend Jason DeBray, and the Rank and Rule podcast, I think it was called. I should have prepared this. Anyway, that's what I'm up to.
And since we're hawking podcast appearances, a couple of weeks ago, I was a guest on our friend Kate Casey, who's been on. I was a guest on the Reality Life with Kate Casey, so give that a listen too.
Love that.
And that's it. Make it make sense, people. Make it make sense.
So put us in this position again.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the creators.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.